Another day across the NBA. There were 13 goddamn games. That's a lot for a young man like me. Let's recap the night as we always do. It might be a little less edited, but I still want to keep this going, but I might be switching things up a little bit, but who knows? We'll see what the future holds. I'll just try to do what I feel is right, and jumping right in with the Hawks, playing against the 76ers without Trae Young, who was out due to illness, and the Sixers looked poised to blow them the hell out early on as Joel Embiid had 17 points in the first quarter. But the Hawks rallied as they dominated the second quarter 45-27, and they have these spurts when offensively they just look so unstoppable, and they even can play a little bit of defense, but overall their season continues to just disappoint in a way with those bad defensive tactics all in all out, and they just seem to be having communication issues defensively and maybe even a little offensively. Then it's just not enough chemistry with these guys, and of course they have injuries. They are lacking a spark in a way. And as the game was hanging in the balance late, and there were 4 minutes and 33 seconds left, and the Hawks were actually up by 3. Then the Sixers went on a 15-0 run and won comfortably at home. Embiid finished with 38 points, Maxi chimed in with 30, and the Hawks, on the other hand, like I said, 125-114 Sixers win at home as they, get a good win. The Orlando Magic at home against the shameful Pistons. Let's just say Killian Hayes actually played well, and Cade has been playing well. Bogdanovic is back. I'm sorry, Pistons fans, man. I hope you get those wings for free at some point, but it's not going to be anytime soon. Let's just put it that way. The Magic dominated, shot 55% from the field. Everyone chimed in. Franz Wagner continues to do well. Paolo, I love those Paolo fadeaways now, and I like how he picks his spots for jumpers and jump shots so far this season. I've been loving what I'm seeing from Paolo, man, and Orlando continues to just keep pushing on. Next man up as Jalen Sachs was of course out. Love to see it, man. Shout out Orlando with another win at home, 123-91. Then the Raptors played against the Hornets in Charlotte. And the Raptors coach said that he will buy everyone dinner once they once they win 3 games in a row. And it was, they might be waiting a long time as Terry Rozier creating down the stretch, man. He assisted 2 jumpers and hit a step back dagger that gave the Hornets a 3-point lead with 22 seconds left. There were 3 free throws exchanged, and Scotty Barnes had a chance to tie the game, but he could not get it done, and it was 31-10 and 10 for Scotty today. He had another really good fourth quarter. He's been good in those, but they need to put a good game together, and just not enough. 4 Hornets in double digits, 20 plus points for Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridge, that guy, Brandon Miller, shout out to the Rook, and Terry Rozier. Brandon Miller has been, silently really playing well. And, 2 years left on Scary Terry's contract. I wonder if anyone could, maybe try to get him from the Hornets, but he's not for trade, and he has an injury history, and the contract, is still 24 million. So maybe next year he could be a, trade deadline candidate for, trades, but this year, highly unlikely. It just, crossed my mind. 119-116 Hornets at home. And we had the Celtics playing against the Knicks, who once again just continue to have these really bad defensive games, right? They keep up with you offensively in the first half. I feel like this game, has happened for the Knicks these last, I don't know how many games actually. Like, I feel like I've been watching the same Knicks game in a way against any opponent that is solid. And, they keep up in the first half. They play fairly well offensively, so they could keep up, but the defense just keeps being bad. They don't communicate enough, they don't switch well enough, they don't defend well enough in all facets, really, of defending. And then they just give up a huge lead in the second half and usually don't have enough time to come back. They gave up 109 points in the third quarter. Celtics were getting whatever they wanted, creating easy opportunities from all over the court, essentially. And it's just been a very weird defensive year for a Thibodeau team, let's just put it that way, right? And Jaylen Brown got tossed. He was unhappy about it because he wanted to get his money's worth after getting ejected for 2 soft technicals, so I get him there. And the Nets dominated the Wizards. The Nets have been playing really well. 3-game winning streak, fully healthy without Ben Simmons. Nothing else to add there. 124-97. The Celtics won 132. What was it? 132, 123? 123. Pardon me. Thunder. Another resilient effort. As the Warriors shoot themselves in the foot once again. Draymond fouls down, up 3 on a 3-point shot. Chet knocks them all down. Ludor locks down Steph, on the other hand, who just hit a clutch 3-pointer the possession before. And in overtime, the Warriors just crumble under pressure and once again cannot close the game. Shea had 38 points, and they recreated a man-made pizza rolls meme. Full video already out on this game from the Warriors perspective, but shout out to the Thunder, man. They have the perfect big three already, man. Shea, Jalen Williams, and Chet are gonna be special together for a long time. For Minnesota, Anthony Edwards had to leave the game early due to a hip injury, which was the same one that kept him out of 2 games this season. They were prior to, he came back last game. He missed 2 games before that. Those were the 2 games he missed with the same hip injury. Right hip, that is, I'm pretty sure. So hopefully it's nothing that bad. And the third quarter of Timberwolves, I'm not sure if that's truly a fact, but I feel like they always play so well in the third quarters. They won the third quarter 38-24 and kind of blew out the Grizzlies from there, really. And, Rudy Gobert, 16 points, 20 rebounds, 6 blocks. He hit a mid-range jumper, man. Rudy Gobert has been on one this season, so gotta give him a lot of props, man. Last year he got a lot of slack. This year he's repaying the Timberwolves for their trust, and it's been great. And the Timberwolves bench had a huge game. They scored 54 points. Everyone was pretty much great. And, they keep rolling now on a 6-game winning streak, while the Grizzlies, on the other hand, have 4 games left until Ja Morant returns. So should be an intriguing one, right? Miami against Cleveland. Cleveland started slow, and Miami, has had injury issues. Bam missing another goddamn game. They've, not been able to consistently, offensively put out a good product so far. And the Cavaliers took advantage of that, actually. Dominated the early third quarter. Donovan Mitchell was sensational. He had 11 points to start the third, and the Cavs, being up 1 headed into the half, were leading 69-53, and they never looked back afterwards. And they are healthy, looking better, and are playing really well. So shout out Cleveland. They are, they can still put it together, of course, and they are now 6th in the standings. 3-game winning streak. So the Cavaliers are actually in a solid spot, in my opinion. Speaking of winning streaks, the Bulls, heading into the game against the Spurs, were on a 3-game winning streak, and the Spurs actually kept the script intact. They were up early, looking great at the half, played a really good first half, all in, all out, and then collapsed in the second half once again. DeMar DeRozan woke up, the Bulls separated, and were able to win relatively easy, despite Wemby's 20-point, 20-rebound game. The Spurs, as the game went on longer, just got more hectic, and the youth kept showing. 16 straight losses for the Spurs, which, I don't think they're this bad, right? I think I didn't expect this to be just to keep it straight, but we'll see when they win their next one. It's been rough. And the 4-game winning streak for the Bulls without Zach LaVine as Kobe White continues his breakout season. The Kings against the Suns. We had no Kevin Durant. We had a fourth quarter of exciting, man. The Kings were not able to get really going in the first 3 quarters. They were kind of dull. And the Suns, even without KD, and Book, of course, was playing, looked fairly solid. Chimezie Metu had a kind of a revenge game. And Nurkic, against Sabonis was an intriguing matchup. But De'Aaron Fox came to play as he had 23-point fourth quarter and went 3 of 3 from 3-point line, where, when he's knocking down those 3, which he has been this season, he's just a goddamn special player, man, really. It's incredible. It's just incredible. And the Phoenix Suns just did not have enough defensively without KD, as the Kings won in Phoenix, now 12-8 on the season. So, they have played, lesser games, one of the least amount of games so far. So intriguing to see. Denver. A little bit of championship hangover, man. Nikola Jokic had his worst 2-game stretch of his career. He went 1 of 10 in the first half and has just been really of these last two games. I might make a separate video on this. And, the Rockets will improve dramatically defensively. Even though they have been winless on the road heading into this 0-8, smacked them around, kinda, man. Denver went on a insane run in the fourth quarter to make this close and make it a respectable game, but they were just worse in every facet of the game, man. The Rockets were playing really well, and I liked what I saw from them. Şengün was sensational. Fred VanVleet was really great. Loved Jabari Smith. Overall game, he did not play well offensively per se, but I liked his energy on the glass, which was great to see. Jeff Green got his ring and played well, so that was intriguing. And Denver also just got frustrated with the reffing as the Rockets went to the free throw line 42 times, really. Jokic's last two games, he was 9 of 32, and today was 9 of 26 from the field, which is insane, as the Rockets won 114-106 in Denver. Luka, sensational night again, 32, 6, and 10, but the Mavericks lost Kyrie for some time, probably because Dwight Powell actually fell onto his ankle on a rebound effort, and gotta hope it's nothing that bad, but we don't know yet. We just don't know yet. There have been no news really about Kyrie's ankle as of recording this right now at 6 p.m. Central European time, and hopefully it's nothing that serious, but it did not look good, of course, right? And we gotta just wait. He will get MRI. We'll probably know tomorrow, which I'll talk about very likely. We'll see, but prayers for Kyrie, man. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And the Blazers have been, better. Great to see Shaden and Simons play so well, even though the determinant of that has been Scoot Henderson, their number 2 pick this season, who has not played well, and he has not been utilized, enough as a ball handler, which is, of course, a huge adaptation for him. He's not been able to drive as efficiently, he's adapting. He's first-year player out of the Ignite League, which I feel like is could be even actually worse than the college game for these players, honestly. I don't know yet. I do not know yet. But it could be worse for them, and at least basketball-wise, of course. And we'll see what happens there. Hopefully Scoot will be able to pick it back up. And the Clippers won dominantly in Utah as Kawhi went for 41, 5 and 5, and the Clippers are over 500. And this is it for today, man. I'm tired. And I don't know if I'll continue doing these across the NBAs. Might do a little different format, might do something different, might just not edit them and just put them out as a podcast about every day. I don't know. But I will figure it out. I know that, man. I'm gonna keep pushing on with this and figure shit out, man. I'm gonna figure out how to do this. And we'll see how that unfolds, how that happens. I hope some people stay with me. I hope I'll figure it out. And even if I don't, I'm happy I'm keeping it. I'm trying. I'm just happy about that, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, as always, be kind to yourself and to others. Love yourselves as much as possible, and I'll catch you all next time. Just be, baby.